All right, so in this video, we're covering how to design better websites that get huge results for businesses. All right, so in this video specifically, we're covering how to build better websites to get bigger results for businesses. So why is this so important? Because our value as a web designer, how much money we can charge to do a project, is directly related to how much results we can get for a business. The better the results, the more value you can create, the more money you can charge, the easier it's going to be to sell. So this is a really key area of web design. This is something you got to do before you start coding, before you start designing a website. You got to have a solid plan in place to get the results when that project is finished. So with planning for huge results, you got 3 key stages to think of. The first is what happens before people even get on the website. So who are these people? Where are they coming from? What do they want? The next key stage is what actually happens on the website. What can you do on the website to help create big results for a business? The third thing is, what do you want people to do when they leave the website? Where do you want them to go? Do you want them to fill out a contact form? Do you want them to ring a phone number? Do you want them to book a meeting, to buy a service, to get a product? So all 3 of these things are going to link together and they're going to create a valuable sales system, and if done correctly, get huge results for the business. If your goal is to make a lot of money with web design, this is one of the main key skills that you got to have. I would say it's more important than knowing how to code well or knowing how to design well, is knowing how to plan your websites to get big results. Those other things you can learn as you go, but this is the key skill that you want to be starting off with straight away. So what we're going to do is jump on the computer. I'm going to give you a real example of a construction company, how I would plan this project to get the best results possible. So let's jump on. All right, so this is a mind mapping software that I'm going to use to illustrate this process. The link is in the description if you want, but you don't have to use a software like this. You can use a piece of paper, you can use a whiteboard, whatever. So this is the finished kind of process. What we're going to do though is just go through this step by step, make it as simple as possible, and I'm just going to walk you through this process. All right, so the first key concept of building these big results with a website is understanding it's not just about the website. You got to know the context of where people are coming from, and then also you got to know where the business wants to send them. So a website doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's part of a sales system. It connects to different things. And if we want to get big results, we got to understand the whole system before we build our little part the best we can. So the first thing that we want to understand is where people are coming from. What's the context here? What different sorts of customers do we have? What different stages of buying are these people at? Do they know a lot about this business? Do they know nothing about this business? Do they really understand the problem that they have? Is this like a casual browser on the internet, or is this someone who needs something right now, today? And then where do these people come from? Is it through, advertising? Have they already been exposed to some marketing from this business? Is it from an SEO search? Is it from social media? Is it word of mouth? Is it offline marketing? So all these different things, it's going to be different for every business. But the more we understand the situation, the more we see where people are at. So when we get them on the website, we know how to design the website to best cater for the different stage that they're at. Now, the other side of this is when we get them off the website, where are we going to send them? What is, we get them to take action. What's the action going to be? What's the best thing that we could get the different sorts of customers to do when they leave the website to help this business? So it's not just about selling to them and then we give them a phone number and no one picks up that phone number because the business isn't even open on that day. We got to be very smart about where we send people, how we send them there, how we track that sort of information, and make sure that when we've done our job right on the website, that we hand it off to the business in the best possible way. So the mistake that a lot of web designers make is they only focus on this part. They're just focused on what's on the actual website, the amount of pages, the design, the layout, all this stuff. But for the big results, to become a web designer who's worth a lot of money and can demand that sort of money, you really have to pay attention to the other stuff as well. Where are people coming from? What's the buying intention? What stage are they at? What's their goals? Their goals, not our goals. Where are they at? Why are they on this website? And then what's the best place to send them to make sure that this business makes the most out of the work that's done on the website? You could build a really good website, send them to completely the wrong place, and that's a customer that is just never going to buy, because this experience of going from here, the website, to the actual contact point of the business, that part of it was just not done well. and now you've lost a lot of sales, or people just fall off on the stage. So this is going to make a lot more sense when I actually give you this real example and we start breaking it down. All right, so let's get right into it. This is for a real project that I'm about to build over the next few weeks. It's a construction company here in Mexico. They do a bunch of different stuff. They have shopping malls that they're building, huge development with like 50 units. They got smaller developments with like 8 units, 10 units. I think about 5 or 6 current projects, all this different stuff. So for me to build a website, to get the best results, I really have to understand before anyone even gets on the website, kind of what's going on. Who might these people be? What might they want? How can I best serve them on the website? And kind of break it down so I just understand how to design a website that's going to best, give the best result for all these different sorts of people. So I'm going to quickly go into this. This obviously is a construction-based example for this particular company, but hopefully you can see how you can use this for your own businesses. So I broke it down straight away into these main categories. The types of visitors, so who are they? The sources of traffic, where did they come from? What have they already been exposed to in terms of marketing? Where do we pick these people up from? And then the goal of the visit. Why are they on this website? What is their intent? What are they looking for out of this website? How can I best serve them? How can I best get them to take action to go ahead to get to this endpoint and get the best results out of this website? So the first thing, I'm going to go through this really fast. For this particular company, I broke it down by location and intent. For location, they're going to have people internationally contacting them, people nationally. Internationally, they could be Canadian, American, European, or from somewhere else. Nationally, people here, based just down the road, locally, or in Mexico, the whole country. Their intent, which is kind of more important here when it comes to sales. Who are these people? What's the different sorts of people who might be on the website? So we might have people who are just curious about this business. For whatever reason, they're just on there to answer a general question, whatever. They're not really looking to buy or anything. So this isn't really going to be useful for us for creating big results. We got to keep this stuff in mind, so we design the best website. Investors, obviously these people are invaluable, people looking to invest in this business on the kind of higher up level. We have people looking to buy one of these units to rent it to somebody else. And they're looking either at residential or commercial, and then we have someone looking to buy for themselves. So they're going to buy it and they're going to keep it. These two are definitely different. If you think about the intent of these people, somebody looking to buy to rent is going to have a lot different questions and a lot different concerns from somebody looking to buy for themselves. So these people might be wondering, how fast can I flip this thing? What sort of returns? If I get in now, can I get a better deal than if I get in later? Somebody looking to buy to own might be thinking about things like security, maintenance fees, long-term costs. Is the electricity already set up? All these different sort of things. So you got to split up these different people and understand the different sorts of questions, concerns, what's in it for them? What are they after when they get on the website? I also put down here partners, people looking to potentially partner with this business, do projects together, or people looking to get employed by this business. So sources of traffic, this is something that could be the same for a lot of different businesses. Word of mouth, physical advertising, offline stuff. And this is what they're doing right now. They have kind of affiliates who promote the business a little bit offline, and they have billboards and they have showrooms. Social media right now, they're doing Facebook, but they could also be doing SEO and they could be doing other paid advertising. The goal of the visit. So all these different people, we can kind of see who they are now. We got maybe somebody from America who's looking to buy to rent. We might have somebody from Canada who's looking to buy to own. So we're kind of understanding who they are, where they're coming from here. So the next part of this is looking at what's the goal of going on the website. Now you're going to have two different things. You're going to have people just generally interested in the business who go on there and do certain stuff that isn't really sales related. We still have to cater towards that when we build a website, but it's not going to be what creates massive results. It could be somebody who just goes on, reads about the company story because they're interested and they've seen the project as they drove past. So it's good to know this, but again, we're focusing on where the big results can be created. That is definitely here with buyer interest. So when buyers go on this website, what might they do or what might they want to do if the website had it available? So there's a few different things. They might want to just general inquiry about something. So maybe they're just going to reach out, 1 or 2 questions, through a contact form, through something, And that's going to be the first step that they want to take. Now, if we had these things here as well, maybe they do this. They might request investor information. Could be somebody looking to become an investor or looking to buy into a certain project. And if we had different information packs for that, maybe that's something they'd sign up for and we could send out to these people. The next thing, maybe they want to get on a phone call. Maybe it's somebody who just doesn't want to get an email back. They'd rather go straight into a phone call. So we need to think about this stuff so we can start planning it and we can have it, and then we can move it correctly towards our end goal here. The last thing, requesting an in-person meeting. Maybe it's somebody who lives locally or they want to fly down here and they just want to set up a meeting with somebody so that they can go see one of these projects in person and get the real details. So this is pretty detailed here. It depends, I guess, how complex the website you're building for your own business is going to be. But for this particular business, this is kind of the big map of what's going on before people get on the website. All right, so let's skip the actual website for a second. Let's look at the end goal. So if this website does the best job possible, everyone who comes on there, we take care of them, we send them in the right direction, we motivate them, we sell to them perfectly on the website. Where do we actually want to send them? What do we actually expect them to do? What systems can we have in place to kind of offload them correctly and as best as possible to this business? Keep in mind, with a website, they got to go somewhere. They got to do something. It's not e-commerce. They're not going to buy a property on the website. So we need to make sure that we connect the website best as possible to these end kind of contact points with the actual business. Now, right now, this business doesn't have these contact points. These are something that I'm going to create along with the website to make the best possible overall sales system. It's not just about building the best website. I want them to have the best possible sales system overall, again, creating as much value as I can and making just the best overall sales system. Not all about the website. It's always got to connect to what's happening before people get on the website, what the business wants when people get off the website. So for this particular business, I identified a few different things. Again, this lines up with the intent. We just talked about that, what people might want to do. So this is the systems that I want to build on the website. This is how I want to offload people the best as possible. So again, general inquiry, requesting information packs, requesting specific info, requesting a phone call, requesting to meet. And then if I open these up very quickly, because I want to make this as short as possible, this video, different systems that I could build for these sort of things would be a help desk for general kind of inquiries, someone just reaching out. Maybe it's somebody who could turn into a customer, or maybe it's just somebody who's got a super vague question and they don't care about buying. So the best first thing for them would be a help desk. For people looking for information packs, we could have an automated email and sales follow-up system. So if somebody reaches out, they want to know about a project, we could have something on the website where we grab their email, we send them this kind of detailed email about the project, about what we're hoping to achieve, kind of a prepared, nice little sales pitch. And then we either follow up with more emails or, in that email, we push them to schedule a call, something like that. For people requesting specific info, so this is something that you can't make a pre-package for because it's so specific. It's an exact question. This is something probably best handed off to a sales team that they can follow it up either through email or through phone or in person or whatever. People requesting a phone call, again, the different types here of people who might be requesting a phone call, call scheduling and tracking. So we're going to have a system in place where people who reach out, maybe an investor, they can schedule a call. We can track that through the website and we can make sure that it connects to the rest of the sales system. People requesting to meet, we should probably screen those people, collect some info, hand them off to the sales team, and then set up a meeting. And again, something that we can track also. So if I zoom back out here, we now have a pretty good idea before we even start thinking about the website, what people are, where they're coming from, who they are, what their intent is, what goal they might have when they go on the website. And then when we offload these people, if the website does the best job possible, what are the systems that we could build to create the most value possible? So before I even look at the website with this particular project, I have a really good idea of all the different people, what sort of content they might be looking for on the website, how to split those up into different pages, into different customer types, different sorts of content and images, and just different things, I'll get into that in a second, that I can have on the website to best motivate these people and move them towards taking action. When they do take action, I now have a really good idea of the best way to hand that off to the business in that most high value way that hopefully means that they get the most sales, that people are the most motivated to buy, that they're at a stage that they're very close to buying. You know, if this website's done the right job, maybe it's moved somebody from kind of interested to really interested. So this is my starting point. This is my end goal. Now, what do I do in the middle with the actual website? How do I use this website in the best way possible to connect these two things together? Keep in mind, a website goal, it's all about maximizing the action of the people who get on our website. Okay, so with the actual website, I now have a really good idea where people are coming from and where I want to send them. So when it comes to the actual sales system on the website, here's some things that I can do. And I made this section to apply to all different sorts of businesses. So this part here is something you can definitely use. With the other two parts, I mean, it's always going to be different. For the goals of where you want to send people, that part is definitely going to be different for every business. That's something you have to talk to the business owner about, see what they're trying to do. It's something you can brainstorm yourself and come up with possible potential things, but it is going to be different for every business. So with this example, construction, that part for sure is different. Well, where people come from before they get on the website, again, this is a construction company here in Mexico. It's going to be a little bit different for the businesses that you're going to build websites for in the future. This part here, though, the sales system, I think this part here is pretty universal. So let's skip these two in the circles. I'll get to that in a second. When people get on here, what's the order that we should sell them to? And this is pretty overall sales stuff, but what's the best kind of sales steps that we could take them through, getting them from this first part to this last part? So the best thing is just the best first impression. For all those different sorts of customers, when they get on here, we could have different pages or the same page, but the intention here should be straight away to make the best first impression. So they just feel good about the website. They want to stick around. They want to see what's on this website, and they just don't bounce off there straight away. After we get them to stick around, we want to straight away split up the different sorts of people on this website. So the different sorts of visitors. Do we have investors? You know, this is this particular business, but do we have investors, people looking to buy the rent, people looking to buy to sell? We want to split them up straight away so we can sell to them the best way possible. I mean, this applies to any sort of business. If someone walks in the door of your bakery and you have desserts and you have bread over here, there's no point talking about desserts if they're looking at buying bread. Somebody goes in a construction website, there's no point talking to them about how much an investor can make if they're not looking to invest. They're looking to buy just for themselves, for their family. So straight away, you got to split up people and then create different sales paths for those different sorts of visitors. Within those different sales paths, you want to do standard sales stuff. So grab their attention, inform them, build some interest, build some desire. The next thing, and this kind of goes hand in hand, is using proven sales techniques. I've just listed a few here, but things like building trust, building authority, social proof, actual proof with this, you know, images, videos, graphics, past results with this particular website. So showing past projects, case studies, testimonials, storytelling, talking about what's in it for them. So kind of them focused copywriting, scarcity, consistency, all these different things that are just proven to sell. Once we've got them motivated, we're not trying to close the deal on this website. We can't close the deal. It's a property project, or it's a property, whatever. We have to offload it to the physical sales team with this business. So I'm not trying to close. I'm trying to push them to take action. All right, the next thing is collect info. So this is good for the business. It's also good for me because I'm working in commission with this particular project. So I need to track this stuff as well. Name, location, email, phone. What was their intent? You know, are they looking to invest? Are they looking to buy? General inquiry, all that sort of stuff. Traffic source. I could ask them, or I could just set this up in analytics. And then what do they want? If it's a contact form, give them space to request it. If it's another system, let them select exactly what it is that they want. When do they want to buy? If it's a call back for a phone call, you know, you got to have something there so you know when to call these people. Now, two last things here. Offload with good impressions. So once people take this action on the actual website, before this business reaches back to them, I just want to make sure that they leave the website with the best possible impression of everything that happened while they're on that website. So maybe kind of a final message after they take this action, something like that, to just leave a good impression in their mind and be very clear expectations. So if they ask for a callback, they fill out the form, I want to have something here. Okay, we're going to contact you when you said, or we're going to contact you within 48 hours. If it's an inquiry through an email system, some sort of pop-up, hey, we got your email, we'll write back as soon as possible. That sort of stuff, just making sure that I don't do all this hard work. They fill out this stuff and then I just leave them kind of wondering, hey, when's this person going to contact me back? When am I going to get this call? So I need to make sure always things are left with a good impression. Now, right back here at the beginning, an extra value add with this project would be something like increasing the amount of visitors and the buyer intent before they ever get on this website. We're kind of getting into SEO and different forms of marketing here, but if I could do, let's just say for an example, like a Facebook ad campaign, that before someone even got on the website, I did a really good campaign. So now when they get on the website, they're already more ready to buy, they're more informed, they're more motivated. So these are possible. There's a lot of different things that fit in this category, but these are possible extra things that we could do on top of a website to make this whole project even more valuable and for ourselves even more profitable. I mean, things like Google Ads, social media ads, SEO, video production, just the graphics they use in ads, all these different things. So let me just zoom out here a second and centerize this. We've covered a lot of stuff, but I really hope that you can see before I even start getting to, how many pages are going to be on this website, what's going to be on the pages, what, coding theme am I going to use, all this certain stuff. I do this sort of exercise so I really understand before I start coding what I can do to get the most out of this project. How should I design it? Where are people coming from? What do they want? What should be on the website? What's the systems behind this website to generate the most sales, to get the best possible results for this business at the end? I know this is a pretty long video, but this is a process that you got to go through. Otherwise, you're just designing websites that look good but don't have much of a plan. And unfortunately, that sort of stuff just isn't worth that much to a business. They might pay a little bit for a website that looks good, but what they're going to pay big money for is for a website that gets a ton of sales results. So feel free to copy this exact process, feel free to use your own process, but you gotta look at the systems before you start coding so you can build the best possible website that's going to get the most results for that business. The more results you can create, the more value you're worth, the more you can charge, the easier it is to sell in the future. All right, so that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got a ton of value. Any questions, suggestions, or feedback, post up below. Check out the links in the description and subscribe if you want. I'll catch you next episode.